Sometimes genius does not feel brilliant. It feels like friction. It feels like being the only one in the room who cannot stop thinking after everyone else moved on. It feels like getting bored by ordinary conversation while your mind is starving for meaning. It feels like doubting yourself because the world rewards confidence faster than depth. So here is the twist. Some of the strongest signs of genius look nothing like confidence, popularity, or instant success. In this video, we will break down 8 psychological signs you are a genius and may not even know it. And stay until sign 7, because it is the one many intelligent people misread as being cold or antisocial. If several of these feel uncomfortably familiar, you may not be broken. You may simply be built differently. First sign. Ordinary conversations drain you faster than difficult ideas. It's not arrogance. Small talk often feels repetitive, predictable, and emotionally thin. While other people bond through updates and surface chatter, your brain keeps asking what this really means. You crave depth, structure, contradiction, and something worth mentally holding onto. So in many groups, you smile, nod, and still feel mentally absent. That absence can make you think you are awkward, detached, or socially behind. But often, it's cognitive mismatch, not social failure. Your mind is searching for complexity in a room designed for comfort and speed. That's why crowded spaces can still feel mentally lonely. And that strange loneliness is often one of the earliest signs of high intelligence. Second sign. You replay conversations long after they end. Not because you're dramatic, but because your brain keeps scanning for meaning. You analyze tone, wording, timing, implication, and subtext almost automatically. High IQ minds don't just hear what was said, they simulate what else could have been meant. That ability creates insight, but it also creates noise. You can leave a 5-minute interaction with 50 minutes of internal review. Sometimes it feels like overthinking. Sometimes it feels like being unable to let go. But underneath, it's unusually active cognitive processing. Your mind keeps running simulations because it's trying to build a more accurate model of people. And that invisible mental work is often mistaken for insecurity when it's really depth. Third sign. You don't just want answers, you want structure. When something interests you, casual knowledge is never enough. You want the mechanism, the why, the hidden logic beneath the surface. This is why intelligent people can disappear into one topic for hours. They're not collecting facts, they're building models. And once the model starts forming, curiosity becomes almost physical. You forget time, ignore notifications, and keep chasing deeper layers. Other people may call it obsession, but often it's the mind doing exactly what it was built to do. Genius rarely looks like instant brilliance. It often looks like sustained fascination. Fourth sign. Even when people like you, you still feel unseen. You can be included socially and still feel psychologically alone. That's because many intelligent people learn to translate themselves. They simplify their thoughts, soften their questions, and shrink their intensity. Over time, that creates a split between your social self and your real inner world. Everyone sees the edited version. Almost nobody meets the full version. That gap creates a quiet ache that is hard to explain. You don't want attention, you want recognition. And the desire to be deeply understood is common in highly intelligent minds. Fifth sign. You notice patterns before other people do. You can sense tension before the argument happens, spot contradictions before the story collapses, feel the future consequence while everyone else is stuck in the present moment. That ability can make you seem intense, skeptical, or hard to impress. But pattern detection is one of intelligence's most powerful gifts. Your brain links small details into bigger maps. The downside is that you can see problems early and feel early too. When others call you negative, you may simply be seeing further, and seeing further often comes with social friction. Sixth sign. The smarter you are, the less certain you often feel. Not because you know nothing, but because you see how much there is to know. Average confidence often comes from limited perspective. Deeper intelligence tends to reveal deeper uncertainty. You notice exceptions, trade-offs, hidden variables, and second-order effects. So while other people speak in absolutes, you hesitate. That hesitation can feel like self-doubt, but sometimes it's actually intellectual honesty. Real intelligence often feels less like certainty and more like precision with humility. So the fact that you question yourself may be part of the signal, not proof against it. Seventh sign, you need solitude to reset your brain. Not all intelligence is loud, social, or externally driven. Some minds spend all day processing signals, patterns, people, and possibilities. By evening, they don't need more stimulation. They need recovery. So they withdraw. Not because they hate people, but because quiet lets the mind reorganize. This is the sign many intelligent people misread as being cold or antisocial. In reality, solitude can be cognitive maintenance. For a very active mind, silence is not emptiness, it's repair. Eighth sign, you can look average in the wrong environment and exceptional in the right one. High intelligence doesn't always shine under routine, obedience, or shallow metrics. In rigid spaces, your mind may feel trapped, but in open-ended problems or deep autonomy, everything changes. Energy returns, focus locks in, ideas connect fast. What looked like laziness turns out to be lack of resonance. What looked like inconsistency becomes selective intensity. Genius is often hidden, not absent. It appears when the environment finally matches the mind. So, the 8 signs are feeling out of sync, replaying everything, craving deep understanding, and feeling mentally unseen. They also include noticing patterns early, doubting yourself because you see complexity, and needing solitude to recover. And finally, flourishing only when the environment truly matches the way your mind works. If several of these felt familiar, don't rush to label yourself. Just pay attention to the pattern. You may not be weird, broken, or behind. You may simply have a deeper operating system than you were taught to recognize. If this gave language to your experience, subscribe and keep exploring the psychology behind how your mind really works.
If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button below so you never miss our next one. Understand your mind, upgrade your life. See you next time.